All right guys, welcome back. This week we're going to focus on trying to get a lot of the wiring harness knocked out. Probably going to start with the interior harness first, but for today what I'm going to do is show you guys how we do a mock-up harness within the engine bay with just 3 basic tools. We've got some rope, we've got scissors, and we've got our Tessa tape. You can use electrical tape, any kind of sticky tape that'll work. The idea is to basically use the rope as the mock harness and then tape off each lead so you have a base foundation on what the layout's going to look like. And at that point you take the harness, which is rope, to the bench and you measure all of your breakouts, and that's how you identify how long each section needs to be. So let's get started. I'll bring you guys a little bit closer and we'll get this kind of wrapped up. All right, so we're going to start removing the dash. Got to remove the vents, radio, speedo. I've already removed the steering wheel. That's just going to make it easier. Going to remove the bottom panel, center console, and then switch over to the other side. So we're just going to start here because it's easier. I'm going to put all my screws in the door so I don't lose anything. All of the dash is out. Now I could really clean all of this up and make it look nice and tidy. Honestly, I'll probably remove the blower box just for now. Vacuum all this, clean up all the wiring. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll call it quits for today. Starting to get a little bit dark. We'll pick up on this next time. All right, so now that we have the dash out, I do want to remove the blower motor assembly so I can kind of get to the firewall behind it, so I can kind of gauge where I'm going to run my wiring. So we're going to work on that. I should probably put the light over there. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and started pulling the factory harness back through the firewall, which is that hole right there. That's where the grommet goes. So this here goes all to the ECU, and it kind of ties into the fuse box wiring. So we'll kind of thin this down, run that to the M-Tron, and then all these other signal wires. We are probably not going to reuse that hole. We're going to change where that mounts. So I'll show you underneath the engine bay what that looks like. This is what we're working with right now. I went ahead and took the top cowl off, removed the windshield wipers. You can see the hole there. Probably going to make a plug to plug that up. And I'm going to try to run everything through this grommet area here. We're going to put a bulkhead there. Ideally, I want to relocate these wires to the hole next to it if I can. Those wires basically go to the transmission, kind of follow up on the firewall here, clips into these multiple locations. And then obviously you've got the big wire, or a bulk of it, going to the windshield wipers. You've got this one down here that goes to front left wheel speed sensor, I believe it is, or ABS. Then you've got this one here that goes to the brake reservoir for fluid level. And then I think you've got this one here that goes down to the starter. So that initiates the starter. So I'm going to pull all this back through that hole, so that way I can kind of reorganize the wiring, change the sheathing on here. May go to DR25 if we can, or expanding loom, at least to try to make that look a little bit better. But I do need to get underneath the car so I can disconnect the connector that's down there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Actually, yeah, it's really hard to see, but it's that wire right there that goes to the front ABS. So we'll get that popped off. We'll try to pull this back through into the engine or into the interior, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this is kind of what we're working with now. I've got the factory harness that typically goes to the factory ECU pulled out of the bulkhead, pulled out of the firewall at the bulkhead, so we don't have any of that wiring. All this wiring left is either interior or power / ground from the fuse box. I've got a little bit of CAN bus stuff here, but what I need to do now is basically identify, I've got all these wires labeled, so just need to figure out what we have left. We're going to categorize basically all the pins that we have, and then I'm going to go through the service manual, find out exactly where they go, so that way we can identify if we actually need them or if we can cap them off into a DTM connector and get those tucked away. So just need to find out exactly what we have going on here, see where we need to put each wire. If we can get rid of it, great. Kind of thin the herd on this, and then get ready to basically wire from the ECU to the engine bay using my own bulkhead. So as you can see, I went ahead and 3D printed a TPU grommet cover, so I don't have that hole through the engine bay anymore. We will not be going through there, we'll be going through the center. Let me show you what that looks like. So I've got everything pulled out. That's the TPU grommet that I've got blocked off, and we will be going through this section of the firewall right here. That hole is typically for the rear O2 and transmission, and basically firewall harness to include the windshield wiper motor. So I'm going to relocate these wires to the little hole next to it. So I'm going to print a grommet for that so I can get that sealed off, and that's going to open up this big hole for a mil-spec connector. So that way the wiring can kind of run through the center and away from the main heat source. That way we don't have any issues with temperature or wires melting. All right, so this is what we got so far. I've got these two breakout sections broken out basically per connector on the ECU. So I can sleeve these. This does go to ABS on the passenger side, so I do need to rerun this. Actually, I'm going to order a new connector and pin set so that way I can replace this wire with some Tefsal, a little bit higher heat rating, and then basically run that into the engine bay. So that's kind of that connector, and then we've got one more here, which is the bulk of it. It's got some shielded wires in there. Kind of making this a little bit neater. I did terminate these wires. I did run out of DR25 shrink for this, for the size that I need, so that's why it's not loomed or connected, but I do have the pins on there. These are all the wires that are not used, and then I have them labeled so that way if I ever need to use them for something in the future, we've got them, but we'll have those kind of tied away. You'll see that the M-Tron itself is reverse mounted, so I used to have the connectors facing this way, and because I'm basically running all the wiring myself, I reverse this, and that way I can just have them terminate right into the side. I might put these on some DTs or DTM connectors just so that way I can keep the harness itself nice and clean and unplug from this if needed. That would be ideal, because if I kind of run these wires directly into the ECU, I would have to depin all of these to be able to take out the bulkhead ECU connectors. So that's why I want to put these on a connector, ideally. Yeah, so I've got everything, as you've seen earlier, kind of ripped out. I've got this mount back in place. Some things that we are going to pivot in the engine bay. Let me take you there and we'll show you what we've got. All right, so for the engine bay, this little boot I am probably going to have to remove or plug and then actually put the rubber piece back in there. And the reason for that is I'm going to run all of the chassis harness. So basically for the EGTs, this here is the CAN bus and power wire for the electronic power steering. So I'm going to run these. I'm going to run this sensor here, so that way it's easy to manage. Basically all through there, and then also for the O2 sensor, that's going to go through there as well. The heater circuit on this is using 18 gauge, and the mil-spec connector is only 20 gauge. So I am going to run a few wires back through this using the factory grommet, but I am going to basically wrap that up in that high temp insultherm coating, so we shouldn't have any issues. Moving over to the bulkhead. So this is what the bulkhead is going to look like. Mil-spec, 61 pins. They're all 20 gauge. So the majority of the harness will actually be 22 gauge with a few power wires like to the coil packs. I'm going to run that in 20 gauge. And then you can see I've kind of got this mocked into place. I've got the heat shrink here. I haven't shrunk that yet, just in case. But that's basically the final routing of the wiring. This here goes to the transmission, so that'll kind of plug right in, so that's good. And then over here, I've got all of this wire ran in DR25. We've got the wiper wires here. They are a little bit longer since I did relocate where they were. So I am going to cut this. This is basically, looks to be a TGV housing. So I believe I have some spare one of these and connectors, so I should be able to cut this and then terminate it so it's routed exactly as it was. This here goes to the brake fluid level, which is good length here. Just got to put the connector back on. This goes to the driver's side ABS sensor. This is on the longer side now. So like I mentioned earlier, I did order some new terminals and connectors. And that way I can re-terminate this wire to the length that I need. But that's kind of what we've got for updates this week. Made a lot of progress. I've made like probably 5 of these grommets themselves, and this still isn't the final one. This one's a little too soft, so I'm gonna bump up the walls on that one for top and bottom. And then we should be good. Something that we are battling with is clearance. You can't see. But basically, I want to say we have just enough. I might make this a little bit thicker so that way this can kind of pump out a little bit. Take this a little bit more clearance for the wires in the back. But we should be good to go with that. All right, so we've got the harness fully laid out with a string. So kind of go over this with you. We've got obviously the bulkhead starts here, and it's going to travel around. Probably going to build a mount off this bolt with a P-clip that'll hold that still. And then this is where our T branches off. So first sensor we've got here is our block pressure. So that'll kind of go into a 90, go around the zip tie like that, kind of plug in there. And then from here, it branches out. And we've got our cam position sensor right here. This top wire goes underneath. And then we've got AVCS. And we've got the 2 injectors down there. And then we've got these kind of traveling together for the 2 coil packs. And that concludes that section. And then in the middle, we've got our DTM 12 pin, which goes to coolant and oil pressure and temperature, alternator also. And then also our wastegate, so that kind of plugs into that. And then right next to it, we've got our crank position sensor that goes to the front. And that concludes the center section. Over here, this is where our ground is. So it kind of basically swoops over to here. This is where our breakout's going to be. The ground's going to loop out there. We've got this section here for flex fuel and fuel pressure. We've got our 2 fuel injectors down there. We've got our 2 coil packs. and then our AVCS right on top. The only thing I did forget is the intercooler piping here for IT and pre-map. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that really quick, and then we should be good. All right, so to get this wrapped up, I added these 2 wires for intake air temp and pre-map. And then I also noticed that I forgot these ones, which is our actual map sensor, our throttle body, and then our NOx sensor. So those are going to be branching out from this T-junction as well. So we'll only have 1 T-junction. We'll have these as independent wires, and the main trunk that branches out to all those sensors. And over here, it's going to branch out to all these. So should be very clean. Hoping everything kind of goes smooth, but this is what we've got. We'll probably cut the wires just a little bit longer. I don't know. I think I've got a pretty good length on it all, so I might be okay with the final lengths. We'll measure everything out, lay it out, and if we need to round up a little bit, we can, just to make it a little bit easier. But I like the looks of this so far, so we'll get this pulled out, we'll get it on the bench, and we'll go from there.